Hello friends, today we are going to solve HackerEarth data structure and algorithm contest that was held on January 9. So in that one, the first question was pretty easy. Today we are going to discuss the second problem, that is the minimum cost of a path. So I have opened the problem. In this problem what we have to do is, we are given 2D matrix and rows m columns. We are currently at 1 1 and we have to reach cell nm. So the constraint is we can move only right or down. Like if we are ij, we can go to down like I plus 1j, or right I j plus 1, but we cannot move out of matrix. So those are the constraints. Now, like in the grid we will be going through cell, and for each cell there will be some cost, like they are saying some cost associated with it, and you have to pay that. Okay, so for each cell a number k associated with it, cost is defined as maximum number of times you can divide k by a positive integer x that is greater than 1 until k becomes 1. The k must be divisible by x. So here they are saying that for each cell, suppose for each cell we will need to find the how many times we can divide that number by any other thing until it becomes 1. So now the cost of path is sum of cost of all cells in path. Like we are going from 1 1 to 2 2, so we will keep on adding the cost. Now you are required to determine minimum cost. So it's simple dp like problem, but we have to store the data also. So from 1 1 to we have to go to nm. For that thing, let's go to example test case. Two test cases. First one, nm 2 cross 2. So our matrix is this 1 2 3 3. So we have to go from 1 1 1 means 1 to 3. So there are two paths, 1 2 3 and 1 3 3. So they have given the optimal path will be 1 1 1 2 2 2. So total cost will be 2, because for 1 it's already 1, so we don't need to pay anything. For 2 we can divide it maximum once, and that 2 by only 2, and for 3 we can divide it only by 3. So total cost will be 0 plus 1 plus 1 2. We can also go by this path, it will also give same result. Now coming to this matrix, in the second matrix we have to go from 1 1 means 1 to 7. So there are many paths possible. The optimal will be 1 1 1 2 1 3 2 3 and 3 3, because the cost for 1 will be 1, for 2 will be 1, for 1 it will be 0, for 2 it will be 1, for 3 it will be 1, for 7 it will be 1, for the next 7 it will be 1. So the total cost will be 4. So we have to find the path with means minimum cost path basically. So some people had a problem while understanding that problem. They said that for the k value, for example, if k is equal to 7, we can divide it only once by using 7. There is no other way to bring it to 1. So we can do it like this: 7 to 1 only, total cost 1. Now if let's give an example. If k is equal to 8, then we can do it 3 times. Just see how. 8 we can bring 8 to 4 dividing by 2. We can bring it to 2, and then we can bring it to 1. So total it will be 3 times. For any random case, suppose for example k is equal to 12, we can divide it by you can say 3. So after dividing 3 it will be 4. Then we can divide it by 2. Then we can divide it by 2 to get 1. So there will be 3 total steps. So the main issue is how to get how many steps are involved in this. So for this we will use prime factorization method. For example, for 12, to divide it by maximum number of times, we will divide it using prime numbers, because when we divide by prime numbers we cannot reduce the prime by anything else. So we will get the maximum. So what it is something like we will get maximum steps. For example, 12 can be written as 2 raised to 2 into 3. Okay, so into 3 raised to 1 in prime factorization method. So for this thing we will the cost will be sum of powers of primes. So the prime numbers that divide it will get the sum of those powers. For example, here 2 plus 1 3. Now let's take another example. For example, let's take 15, or let's get to something bigger, like 26. So for 26 it can be written as 2 raised to 1 into 13 raised to 1. So the total cost will be 2, because it will be 1 plus 1. If you try to find out any other way, so this will give the maximum number of steps that are given in question. In the question it is given that maximum number of times you can divide. So we'll get maximum number of times only if we divide it using prime number. So this was the base logic. Now we need to find out how many times we need to find out how many steps, and basically we need to find out the prime factorization or the prime which divide this number. So for this thing, let me just give you an make through. So it's like test cases, input n rows m columns, then taking the matrix input, then for only once we will call sieve function. So what sieve function will do is basically it will just mark them as primes or non-primes. That is normal, just like normal sieve function, but it will also do one thing. It will mark the s of j. So s of j will be so s of I will store maximum prime number that divides I. So for example, just tell me like s of 4 will be 2, because the maximum prime that divides 4 is 2. For s of 15 will be 5, because maximum prime that divides 15 is 5. So in this one what we are doing, if the number is not prime, so in the multiples of that number we are marking s of j as I. So the j number will have maximum prime, so prime as I. And if the number itself is prime, then the maximum factor that divide it will be itself. For example, s of 3 will be 3 only, because 3 is prime, there is no other one to divide. So for that thing we are marking s of I is I only for prime. In the case of prime, all other cases we will just mark the multiples j as I. So like we have now marked we have a prime function like prime vector field, and we also have array s. Now what we'll do is we'll just make a simple dp. So we have written the get cost function. So for each cell, as they have mentioned, we need to find out maximum number of times it can be divisible, and that will be the cost. So for getting that cost, we have written get cost function. So basically if the number is 1 itself, then there is no need to reduce it, so 0 steps. In other cases, like we just marked it as it is. If s of n is equal to n, means s of n is equal to n will be in the case of prime. If it's prime, then just divide by prime, so there will be just one step. In all other cases, what we will do is we will divide the number by its greatest prime factor and add it as a one step. For example, let me give you an example for this. For example, if n is equal to 12, just example. So s of 12 will be 3, because it can be written as 2 into 2 into 3. So s of 12 will be marked as 3. So we will divide it. Now we will get n is equal to 4. S of 4 will be marked as 2. So we will divide by s of 4, it will be 2. Then s of 2 will be 2 itself. So this was n is equal to 2. S of 2 will be 2 itself, and now n is equal to 1. So if n is equal to 1, it will just break it from here, and we have got total number of steps as 3. For example, in this case, for once we divide by 3, then we divide by 2, then we divide by 2. So there are total 3 steps, and we will return those number of steps. So that will be the cost. Now for the 0 0, means for the first position, we will get the cost. Then we will move in the row. So in the row for 0 I, what we will do, we will get the cost of the current element, like the current cell, and then after getting that cost, because we are storing the previous, like, cost of path, so we will add the cost of previous cell, like from, so we are going right, so the cost of left will be stored in it. So similarly for the first column, what we will do is we will get the cost of current cell, and then we will while storing, we will also add the cost of previous cell, like upper cell. So now we have done first row and first column. Now we will go from 1 to n, j is equal to 1 to n. We will get the cost of current cell. After getting current cost, we have to minimize the cost. So we will take the minimum of we will get the minimum of top cell and left cell. So so which one will have minimum, we will take that cost, and then we will add our current cost in it, and it will be stored in the dp. So dp of ij will be the minimum cost to reach cell ij. Now we have got this cost, and so we will keep on storing it like that. In the end, we have to get the cost to reach the end, so we will just return this nm. Okay, so now this was the code, and I have submitted code, but just let me show you. Oops, yeah, okay, accepted. So it's correct. So that was all of it. So mainly it was based on the on the concept of prime factorization, that how you will store the cost, like how you will go back to 1. So so the main crux of the problem was prime factorization and being able to store the greatest prime factor in an array. So this was the concept. So I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, please share with your friends or anyone who is enthusiastic about coding, and write in the comments about which video do you want next. Okay, thank you.